Alright, part 2 of my record collection. I'm just going to get it started straight away. After that Hell Awaits record, I have Celtic Frost, Morbid Tales. This album, kind of like got me into the more like extreme metal genre. Amazing record, comes with a big fold out. This is the reissue from Well, it was 1985 that it was made. I think this was 2017 that this got remade. Awesome double LP. Comes with a poster and more heaps of inserts. Comes with a nice book as well. You can see here, just photos and talking about each song. Yeah. Really happy to get my hands on this one because it comes with a lot of cool inserts and stuff like that. Wasn't the cheapest record, I'd say, but yeah, no, it's a amazing record. Celtic Frost, like that's, if you're trying to get into like old school black metal or bands that got inspired by black metal, this is definitely what you want to go for. Right, next up, Wormrot, Voices. This was a bit of a, when I purchased this record, I was thinking to myself, it's not dirge, and they kind of come off on a new style of grind and a bit of power violence, I'd say. But yeah, Wormrot, Voices. On Earache Records. This, 2016, this came out. Bit of a different style, like I was saying, but yeah, still again, like, real good album. Now, Slayer, Rain and Blood. For me, in 2016, I was consistently playing this. Probably, well, it was my favorite Slayer album. I'll say it's my second favorite. But yeah, like, great record, starting off with Angel of Death and finishing with the song Rain and Blood. Yeah, no, great record. There they are there. R.I.P. Jeff Hanneman, great rhythm guitarist. Now, this is a bit of a different record to kind of show off, but Shining, Through the Years of Oppression. I got this off of my friend who found it on a website, some New Zealand Discogs sort of site. Guy was selling this, not in the best condition. I'm happy that I got it because this is a very dark and a bit intense album. Yeah, like, do I need to say more? That's Nicholas Carforth. Fuck, he's gone through some shit, hey. But yeah, Shining, Through the Years of Oppression. Now, another Slayer album, Seasons in the Abyss. This record here was a really good, like, comeback record, I'd say. Well, not a comeback record, but for the time being, after releasing, Hell Awaits, Show No Mercy, Rain and Blood. This is also really up there for me, Seasons in the Abyss. I think this is original pressing from 91 or 1990 on Def Jam American Records. The record label that has such as bands like Danzig and other bands like that. But yeah, Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. Here we have a compilation, Venom, In League with Satan, Volume 1. I picked up this record because it had all my favourite Venom songs on the thing at the time. I would have probably got either Black Metal or, what's the other one, is it In League with Satan? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, In League with Satan. This has, Live Like an Angel, Welcome to Hell. Yeah, the album with Welcome to Hell on. I can't believe, I'm just having a mind block at the moment, but yeah. Venom, another band that inspired a lot of 90s black metal bands. They started the name pretty much with their album Black Metal. But yeah, great band. Very swanky, but I kind of like that. You know, I think it's cool to like, from them like showing off that they're like metal gods or whatever. Here we have a New Zealand band, Backyard Burial. This is a bit of like a death grind sort of band. Was big in New Zealand in maybe the early 2000s, I think, mid 2000s. Repeat offender. Yeah. You know, it's quite explicit album, but that's what they were trying to go for, I guess, at the time. Here we go. Black metal band, one of my favourite black metal bands, Mayhem, Death Crush. This got re-released in 2000 and I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago, 2018 or 2019 it got repressed, but I saw this up on eBay, the original pressing, and it would have been going for about $2,000 for the original pressing of the album. I don't know who would have $2,000, probably some like black metal nerd or something that would pay $2,000 for the record, but yeah, no, this album, very explicit as well, but you know, they were trying to make a stand for who they were and stuff like that. There it says, no fun, no core, no mosh, no trends. And I don't know, Scott Burns is in the picture where it's crossed out. I don't know who that is. But yeah, Mayhem Death Crush. Here we have another death metal band, or extreme metal band, Possessed, Eyes of Horror. I got this not too long ago. This was an EP after Seven Churches and after Beyond the Gates. This was 1987 this got released. It's just an EP, but I love this EP. It still has that kind of Possessed sound, the band's sort of sound or whatever. But yeah, great album, EP. Yeah, I was really happy to find this one. Here we have a death metal band from Philadelphia, I think, Pissgrave. This is their demos from the time when they released their first album, Suicide Euphoria. This would have been about 2015, and this is all the demo recordings. I was happy to find this as well. Quite a rare record. I got it for a price that I won't even say how much I got it for, but yeah, Pissgrave on Profound Law Records, which is a record company in America that has bands like Pissgrave and other bands. But yeah, it's got like Prevail and Hell demo, Fields of Scattered Bones demo, Second Sorrowful Mystery, Blood Fog. Yeah, they are there, looking all cool. Yeah. And here we have another New Zealand band that I found that my mate was selling, Piggery. This was yeah, self-titled. It got released, not sure how long ago, but probably like a year or two ago. I think it was on yeah, it's on Always Never Fun Records, I think that's what it's called, and Six Noises, and Limbless Records, I think it is. Yeah. This is a bit of a, I don't know, like death metal kind of music, like, you know, Back to Soil, Blood into Piss, Gone to Rot, Home in a Box. Yeah, great New Zealand. They're from Wellington, these guys. And here we have some Californian punk, Suicidal Tendencies, on a pink record. I got this when I first started collecting records. As soon as I saw this, I picked it up straight away, because, you know, this was Tony Hawk's. One of the Tony Hawk's games had institutionalized on the soundtrack, and after I heard that, I got straight stuck into him. And also their song Psycho Vision, which was on Pro Skater 3, I think. and yeah, it was an awesome, awesome game to have that kind of skate punk music to. And you can see on the back here they got heaps of cool designs that they had on the back of their shirts. I think they were quite like, Cholo Gangsters or whatever. But yeah, no, really good band. Love this album. Every song on it. Yeah, good record. And here we have Electric Wizard, Dope Throne. American sludge metal, sort of doom metal-y band. Yeah, really into their weed. This album I was really happy to find because the drumming, the really ambient sort of guitars on it, awesome. Awesome listen to. You can just sit back with your headphones on, close your eyes and listen to this, and yeah, I think that's Satan smoking a bong in the album cover. But yeah, Electric Wizard, Dope Throne. I wish I had more records from this band, because they are probably my second favourite band, or really up there at the moment with my favourite bands. Motorhead, Ace of Spades. This was the album that got me into Motorhead. But like I said, it's not their best in my opinion. Their best records would have to be Iron Fist or Bomber. Yeah, Motorhead. All their albums are pretty much good. I'd say every single album they at least have good 3 songs. But yeah, Bomber, Iron Fist. Yeah, I can't name a few at the moment because I'm got a bit of a mind block going while I'm making this video. But yeah, Motorhead, love Motorhead. So an inspirational band for a lot of bands, I'd say. Rest in peace to Lemmy. Rest in peace to Filthy Animal and Fast Eddie. Yeah, Motorhead. I'll get into the hip hop soon, but I'll keep going with other kind of punky bands. Here we have Black Flag, My War. This is another band that really got me into punk. Damaged and Slip It In and stuff like that. Awesome band with Henry Rollins on vocals. Yeah, this is original, 1983 from SST Records. This is when they were kind of going for a bit of a metal sound, from what I remember seeing in an interview. They wanted to get into some sort of metal, more metal than kind of punk rock, but it's still a punk rock record, definitely. With My War, I Love You, Beat My Head Against the Wall, Nothing Left Inside, 3 Nights. Yeah, great record to get into. If you're trying to get into punk or whatever, listen to Black Flag. And here we have a current hardcore band that's still making music to this day, Full of Hell. This is Full of Hell in the Body, One Day You'll Ache Like I Ache. I think it's based on a book. There's a book called One Day You'll Ache Like I Ache, and they made it into an album. Yeah, it starts off very slow, this album, but it really gets into it. And it has a Leonard Cohen cover, funny enough. I think it's The Butcher. They covered that song on this record, but yeah, this is a very artistic, I'd say, kind of record, but I really dig it. This is Full of Hell. I'm a bit of a mixed opinions on them, but they have great music taste to make the music that they're making. So yeah, Full of Hell. And The Body. Sorry, this was also with The Body. Kind of like a sludge metal band that is very obscure with their kind of things. Alright, I got a record that might piss some of you guys off, but it's G.G. Allin. Freaks, I won't say that word, Drunks and Junkies. I found this at a record store in my town again. This album is very prolific. He really pushes the boundaries. I think this is when he was really like pissed off with a lot of things and wanted to just absolutely lose it. You know, it's got a lot of songs that are really offensive, but it's like, you know, they got songs like Suck My Ass It Smells, Dog Shit, Antisocial Masturbator. You don't want to, I mean, if you want to listen to something that would really piss you off or something, then these guys, this is when he was with the Jabbers, I think. He says, thanks to fucking nobody but me. GG Allin. Here we have another record, punk rock record, Bad Brains, self-titled. Love this album. You know, these guys, really, really good, you know, band with kind of out there people as well. You know, HR, Earl Hudson. Yeah, Bad Brains. They kind of have that bit of that Rastafarian sort of aesthetic, should I say, or Rastafarian sort of, you know, look to it. I don't know, yeah, Rastafarianism. But yeah, Bad Brains, self-titled, and this is just a remake that I found for a good price as well. Yeah, USA, Reach Out International Records. If you're trying to get into punk as well, listen to these guys, definitely. Here we have another rock and roll. I've mentioned this in the previous video. This guy, Johnny Thunders. This is him live in Paris, I think. It's Viva la Revolution, so it could have been somewhere else. But I'm pretty sure it was in France, where he recorded this whole album. And it's got all the songs that was on LAMF, and this is just the live version, but yeah, this is on Mustard Vinyl as well. This is when he was touring around the world a bit before he passed. Yeah, Johnny Thunders, and the Heartbreakers, yeah, can't forget the Heartbreakers part. Here we go, one of my favourite bands as well of all time. I don't really rank any of my bands, like I just they all have their own way of why I love them so much. But these guys is the New York Dolls. In Too Much Too Soon. This was their second album that they released in their discography. This is with David Johansen, who was in the previous video, and Johnny Thunders on guitars, and Jerry Nolan. Yeah, love this record. This is, like, I don't know if I like this one more than the first one, because they both, you know, both really great records. Yeah, In Too Much Too Soon. And here's their first one that they made, just a self-titled New York Dolls. I think some people are saying they're one of the bands that first kind of came off with that punk rock sort of vibe, along with artists like Iggy Pop and stuff like that. But yeah, New York Dolls, self-titled. Pink back cover with them in New York, I'm guessing. Here we have another GG Allin record, Hated in the Nation. This is just more of a compilation of him live and some of his earlier stuff that he made, like Bite At You Scum, and I Wanna Fuck Myself, and You Hate Me and I Hate You. Yeah, this is kind of just like a compilation of him live, and yeah, I found this for a cheap price. There it has his prison number certificate thing right there. Yeah, GG Allin. Here we go, a heavy metal band that all of you must know by now, Metallica and Justice for All. You know, a lot of people say since after Cliff's passing that Metallica wasn't really the same, which is true, but I actually really like this record. A lot of people are quite against it because it had Jason Newsted on bass. But man, I think, you know, starting it off with like Blackened and things like that, it's just like, you know, it's just you just want to bang your head to like every song. Well, at least I do when I listen to this album. But yeah, Metallica, And Justice for All. Ugh. Oh, here we go. Misfits, Static Age. Misfits was one of my first punk bands that I got into when I was about in my early teens, or about 13, 14. This was also on a Tony Hawk's game. I think the song was Hybrid Moments. This is with Glenn Danzig, but this came together in about, I think it was in early 90s. This got put together because there's tracks on here that when Glenn Danzig was in the band, and he pretty much made a lot of songs before making this album. I think it was after he left, they made the Static Age album. Yeah, Misfits, a great band, you know, with the song Hybrid Moments, Static Age obviously, TV Casualty, Some Kind of Hate, We Are 138, Teenagers from Mars. Yeah, I really want to, you know, get the, what's the name of the band? I mean the album? Legacy of Brutality. That's the original recordings of the songs that are put on this one. But yeah, Misfits, Static Age. Alright, so that'll wrap up part 2 of my record collection. Yeah, there will be a part 3 coming shortly. Yeah, so everyone have a good day.